a rectangularly folded blanket to support the spine. And if you don't have one available, you can lie without it. Able to do the same things with it or without it. I like it just because of the position it puts the spine in. And remember not to sit on it, to place it close to your back and let the spine lie. And please make sure your head's supported so it's not hanging off of the blanket. You can just let the legs relax or bend them, or tent position, knees together, feet apart. But just as you get comfortable, I'm going to sit just so I can sense when folks are ready. And we'll simply begin by checking in. Begin to attune to the presence or absence of harmony within your own. No judgment, no need to change. Just checking in. Have you landed on your mat this morning? Aware of the presence or absence of a sense of harmony within your own being. For some, might not be very clear. For some, it might be very clear. So that's part of your awareness, noticing. For a moment, to sense into whether or not there's something that might bring forth a greater sense of consider whether or not that relationship to harmony has anything to do with your mind's relationship to what is. So when we're in resistance to what is, there might be a sense of less harmony. Those moments where we feel greater flow and less resistance, there might be a greater sense. Just sense our mind's relationship, our tendencies of mind, and how they might impact what we experience as we explore. Judging your experience, noticing the truth of your relationship, how you are viewing things in your world. And if you, in fact, notice something that you sense would offer you a great sense of harmony, can you allow that to blossom into your intention for practice? Stating that intention in the present tense as if it's already unfolded. And maybe stating it 3 times to yourself. And as you complete with that, Continue to draw focus inward as we next move attention to the felt sense of breath. So for now, there's no need, no desire. Well, maybe there's a desire, but there's no need in the moment to change the breath, but to simply follow the path of breath from beginning to end. Following each inhale from start to finish, each exhale from start to finish. Breath moving in and out. Once you sense that you have a feel for the breath as it is, just first aware of breath, then we begin to work with breath. And we do so with this mindful intention of not pushing breath. So all the research says we should not push the breath. Because when we push the breath, it throws us into sympathetic nervous response. It actually creates some anxiety in the body. So we can work with the breath gently, progressively deepen. Inhale gently deepens, the exhale and lengthen. This most significantly is a process of slowing down the breath. When we deepen, we slow down. Comfortable inhale, full exhale. And to the best of our ability, we just allow this practice to just be. We try to let go of anticipation about what's next. We attempt to keep any boredom in check. Each time a thought appears in awareness, just notice it and you release it. Come back to the sense of following the breath. Cultivating a nice pace, a comfortable pace, a comfortable rhythm. As we harmonize the breath, notice whether or not it supports a greater sense of harmony at the level of mind. Chatter, incessant dialogue of the mind to slip into the background. As this following and feeling of the breath holds, sustains you in the moment. And as you stay with breath, See that the arms and hands are resting comfortably, maybe at your side, or if seated in a chair, maybe on your lap. And invite the hands to begin to move at the pace of the breath. Maybe fingers draw in on the in-breath and extend out and stretch on the out-breath. And with effortless effort to really match the movement to the pace of the breath. We might notice if we start to move the hands more quickly, the breath might accelerate. We want to do the opposite. The hand movements are following the pace of the breath. So it takes the whole length of the inhale. Close the hands into fifth. It takes the whole length of the exhale to open the hands and spread and stretch each and every one of the fingers. Let it draw your full attention. And try to stay with it for 3 more breath cycles. Now, the very last time, no need to rush, but the very last time you open the hands and spread the fingers, continue to breathe naturally, comfortably as the hands are held open. And let your attention gently move from breath to the felt sense of the hands and fingers stretching wide. Is there room to stretch just a little bit more? And when you feel the hands are fully stretched, as slowly as you are able, feeling the sensations along the way, begin to relax the muscles and tendons in the hand. Nice and slow. And once the hands feel as if they've relaxed completely, see if they can relax just a little bit. Once hands are fully relaxed, come back to the feeling of breath. Let's all allow the knees to be bent, feet on floor. Anyone in tent position with knees together, walk the feet a little closer, center the heels to the center of the buttocks, and let each leg stand independently, knees pointing to sky. And with an inhale, lift and raise both arms as high up as you are able. Even allow the hands to lower down behind the head if that's comfortable for your body. And then on exhale, draw left knee toward chest, bring hands to left knee, hug it in. And as you inhale, left foot to floor, arms float back to the sky or overhead. Exhale, the other knee comes to chest, hug the knee in. Inhale, release the knee, arms go back up. 2 more times each side, pacing with the breath. When you're done alternating these chests, please land both feet on the floor. Let both arms be in the sky or overhead. And once you're in the position with arms overhead, traction the arms like you were being pulled by both wrists. Get long, like you're reaching into the edges of your skin. And after sustaining that stretch for a moment, feel it as you slowly soften those arms and let the arms slowly move back down toward the sides of your body. Arms at your side, palms down. Let the shoulders release down. If possible, let them drape out toward the sides of your bolster. Sense the feet, ankles below knees. Keep the balls of the feet on the floor. Lift toes now and see if you can spread those toes wide. And then slowly land, spread toes back on the ground. And as you inhale, press into feet and lift the spine a tiny bit, buttocks mostly, lower back mostly, off the bolster. And exhale, lower everything back down very slowly, feeling the gentle arching in the back as the buttocks land toward the floor. And then we repeat, inhale, press to the feet, lift buttocks, lower back. Exhale, lower back comes down, and then the buttocks find their way to the floor. Same way, one more time. Inhale, buttocks, lower back, lift. Exhale, lower backs and buttocks, return to floor, pause, breathe. The next inhale, I'd like you to raise the spine as high as feels comfortable. Don't strain the neck, that's most important. Head should be on the blanket. And exhale from that highest position, slowly lower the back and then the buttocks. And then same thing with a little hold. So we're going to inhale, lift only as high as feels comfortable. Ground down through arms and shoulders. Press into feet, reach through knee. Hold here up, 2, 3 more breaths. When your body's complete, slowly lower spine and buttock. And just let everything release and relax a moment. Welcoming in a sense of peacefulness, a sense of harmony as we go. I'm going to invite you now to roll off to the side a bit so you can reach and pull that blanket out of the way. And let's all land back on our back without a bolster or blanket. And knees still bent, arms still alongside the body. And we're going to reach the right hand behind the head. So palm of hand cupping the back of the head. Left knee coming into chest, left hand scooping underneath the left knee. Once you're holding that left knee, straighten the arms so the knee is as far away from you as your arm allows, so an arm's length away. And as you exhale, pull the knee in and raise your head and right elbow toward the knee. And then inhale, lower arm and head as you push the knee away. Exhale, knee and right elbow move toward each other. Inhale, pushing the knee away as you lower arm and head. So that was 2. Please do 2 more, same side. And the invitation is to stay with the felt sense and to allow the release to be slow for maximum benefit. Really slow it down. When you're done with the final one, you can let the left foot go to the floor and relax the right arm to your side. Let's pause as always, checking in. After a check-in, left hand is behind the head. Right arm reaches toward the knee and the knee comes in. Right hand, fingers tucked underneath the knee, straightening the right arm, pushing knee away. And on exhale, left elbow and right knee draw together. Slowly open. Feel as you open. Notice how the spinal curves change when you draw up on exhale, and how the spinal curves start to change as you open it up on inhale. So 2 more at your pace. Nice and slow. Fully connected to the felt sense. No need to rush. When done, release the right foot to the floor. Right hand comes behind the head. You might interlace the fingers as both hands cup behind the head. We're going to do first a couple of pelvic tilts, and then we'll integrate the head lift. So on the inhale, we're arching the lower back away from the floor. So the pelvic bowl is spilling toward the feet. Exhale, lower back flattens to the ground. And let's repeat that. Inhale, let the lower back arch. Exhale, flatten lower back to ground. And again, inhale, lower back arches. This time, as you exhale and flatten the back, float arms and head upward, not toward the knees, but just up to the sky. Inhale, lower arms and head, arch the back. Exhale, flatten, float arms and head up. That's 2. I'm going to invite you to do 3 more sets. Inhale, arching. Exhale, flattening and lifting. 2 more on your own, best you can. Aware of how it feels. Movement of body through space. Sensation within the body. Now, when you're done with those, please allow the back to relax to what feels neutral. And again, release the arms down toward the sides of the body. Try to keep your hands on the floor as you bring one knee in toward chest and the other knee in. So hands are down. And on the inhale, flex both feet, press heels to sky, straighten legs up in the ear. And exhale, bend the knees and relax both ankles. Inhale, flex the feet, press both heels up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, relax ankles. And try that 3 more times on your own. Straightening on inhale. And bending on exhale. 2 more. And we're feeling as we go. Now, the last time you find your legs up in the air, hold there. Press through heels. If it's helpful, you can hold behind the legs. But we're sinking down through the lower back as we reach up through the heel. And let's hold in this position for up to 3 more breaths. Feeling breath, feeling sensation. Whenever your breaths are done, please allow the knees to bend, ankles to relax, and return one foot to the floor and then the other foot to the floor. Once feet are on the mat, please widen the space between the feet. So open the feet out toward the edge of your mat. And as you exhale, let knees rock over to the right. Inhale, knees point to sky. And exhale, knees lower over to the left. And just go back and forth slowly. And you might notice how this feels in the hip joint. And you might also notice how you're rolling that lower back, giving it a nice massage. Moving circulation, blood flow into that lower back. Let's do a hold in this. So there's no rush, but the next time the knees go right, that's the hold. And as always, there's the option of bringing the left arm overhead here, which will exaggerate the lengthening in the left side of the trunk, creating a little more space in the rib cage, a little more opening through the hip. And we just remember to breathe. Now, as you hold this, can you soften? So you might be stretching or pushing down on the knees. Can you let any stretch? Can you let all effort release for a moment? And if you'd like, please hold on here for up to 3 more breaths. Kind of relish in the sensation. Let it be pleasant. Now, when you're done with 3 breaths, let the inhale lift the knees, lower the arm, stop in center, and try to fill the left body with your awareness. See what the left body feels like. And notice if your experience of the left body is any different from the right body. So feel the right body. And just compare and contrast right from left. It may seem the same, that's fine. And when you're done with your observation, then let the knees gently lay left. Working here, resting here, or if you'd like, take right arm overhead. You might start with an active stretch, reaching arm, sinking knee. But after an active stretch, slowly release and come to a passive way of being here. We come back to the quality that supports harmony. What might that quality be this morning? Settle into breath, another 2 to 3 breaths. You choose. Whenever you are done, allow the knees to point to sky, allow arms to float to side body. And as you allow things to rest a moment, feel free to walk the feet back to hip width. And again, observe left to right, right to left. Just acknowledge any felt sense, similarities and differences left to right. I'm going to welcome you to continue practice lying on your belly. So as ready, coming around, spinning around onto your belly. Let's start with hands in crocodile position. So hands rest under forehead, right on top of left. We adjust the body into a straight line with inner legs and feet as close together as feels comfortable. Then we notice first what it's like just to lie here on the abdomen. Feel free to place a blanket underneath the belly and pelvis if that will be most comfortable for you. We'll start simply just by lifting the head. Please keep the nose pointing down as you lift the head. So on inhale, head floats away from hands. Feel the engagement in the back and feel the back release as the head comes back down on your exhale. Inhale, head floats up. Exhale, head goes down. And one more time. Lift on inhale, feel back engaged. Release on exhale, let back soften. I'm going to ask that you experiment with the next movement while keeping the head on the floor. Head stays down. Inhale, lengthen and lift right leg only. Exhale, down. Changing sides. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, down. Now, right leg and head. Inhale, lift, nose pointing down. Exhale, release. Same on the left. Left leg and head lift on inhale. Let them lower on exhale. Now, leg only, keep head down. Inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, slowly lower, soften. And when ready, inhale, lift left leg. Slowly lower on exhale and soften. Completely soften. Head and leg together. Inhale, right leg and head, nose still points down. Exhale, slowly release, soften. Inhale, left leg and head. Exhale, lower, let things soften. Pause a moment. Right leg and head. Inhale, lift, stay here. Exhale, bend right. Inhale, straighten right leg. Exhale, head and leg down. Inhale, left leg and head. Exhale, bend left knee. Inhale, straighten left knee. Exhale, lower and soften. Pause a moment, breathe. From here, we'll move into our Sphinx pose. We're going to do Sphinx with the feet about 12 inches apart. So, it doesn't have to be exact. So just separate the feet about 12 inches apart. Inhale, when ready, lift the head only. Draw the elbows toward your waist, propping up onto your forearms. Spread fingers wide. And once you're up on your forearms in your Sphinx, as you exhale, slowly bow the head. And once you've bowed the head, let the mouth open, relax the jaw. And in a moment, when I ask you to lift the head back to a neutral position, try to feel what muscles are needed to get the head back there. So noticing as you inhale, lifting as slowly as you can, feeling the weight of the head. It's like 9 pounds. And don't thrust the head back, just lift enough so the back of the neck stays open. When you find your spot, stop. Let the mouth open a little, relax the jaw. Run the tongue around the mouth from cheek below the upper lip to other cheek below the bottom lip. Do that a couple of times in each direction. And then we'll take a lion's breath here, meaning we'll inhale, and when we exhale, we roar like a lion. We stick out our tongue and raise our eyebrows at the same time. So when you're ready, deep in breath, lion's breath, rah, eyebrows lift, tongue goes out. And I welcome you to try that 2 more times. Rah. The jaw relax. Widen the space between the elbows. Gently lower the spine down. Bring the arms to your side and just rest a moment. Deep inhale. Full exhale. If there's a sigh in there, let it release. And after a few breaths of rest, we'll move hands beneath shoulders once again as we press up first, table pose. So get nice and aligned in your table, wrists forward of shoulders, fingers wide. Knees about hip width. And from here, initiate from the tailbone. Exhale, curl tail under, push mid back up, lower head into cat position. And then inhale, bring yourself into cow, lifting tail, sinking belly, eventually raising head, and then repeat. Exhale to cat pose. Inhale to cow pose. And one more time. Exhale to cat pose. Inhale to cow pose. And then adjust, relax the spine to neutral. In neutral, little tail wags, hips go left, then hips go right. Just let the tail wag a little. Head might follow. See what feels right. And once you wagged a bit, bring the hips to stillness. Sense into your right hand and arm. Sense into your left leg. Chakravarkasana, our dog bird, sunbird pose. Inhale, left leg behind, right arm forward. Exhale, hand and knee to mat. Inhale, left arm, right leg, extend. Exhale, relax. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, release. Adding a hold with movement. So inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, draw toward each other. Inhale, we straighten them out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach it out. And one last time, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach out, hold out for up to 2 more breaths. So release when you need to. When your breaths are done, hand and knee to mat, buttocks back toward heels, coming toward child pose. And as you sink into child, let the back body spread open wide. And take a couple of deep breaths into the back lungs and into the ribs. In your time, I welcome you to return again to table. We'll do knee to elbow on this side. So when ready, inhale, right leg reaches back, left arm forward. Exhale, left elbow and right knee come toward each other. Inhale, they straighten. Exhale, draw in. And one more time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, draw in. And last time, inhale, straighten up to a 2-breath hold here. Honor your body. When you are complete, hand and knee to mat. One more time, child pose. Exhale to child. Pause in child, nice deep breath. And in child, let the arms stretch out alongside your head. I'm going to take a little lateral stretch from here. Please walk both hands over to the right until you feel a lengthening through the left side of the body. To the best of your ability, keep the shoulders level. So sometimes in this pose, the left shoulder lifts higher than the right. Can you level out the shoulder girdle, the chest? Feel or imagine breathing into the left side of your trunk. Filling, expanding the ribs on inhale. And letting the ribs soften on exhale. Another breath or two. Cultivating inner harmony. When you're done, inhale, walk to center. A breath or two in center. And when you're ready, hands walk to the other side, over to the left, creating length through the right side body. Feel the opening through the right rib cage, breath in the right rib cage. Up to 3 more breaths. When you're complete, inhale back to center. In center, stay here, exhale. And then on inhale, please rise again to table pose. And from table, curl toes, exhale, bend down dog. So in the bent knee down dog, really reach that tail back. And then keep right knee bent, lower left heel to floor. And then reverse, then left knee, right heel down. And just go back and forth a bit. Feeling what's going on in the back of the legs. If the calves feel open or tight. How the movement might help to open. And after going back and forth many times, rise onto toes and lower both heels back. Reaching and opening up to 2 more breaths. Whenever you're done, ragdoll pose, feet move toward hands. Knees stay bent. You can lengthen the spine, drawing the sternum away from navel. And on an inhale, knees bent, arms blossom like wings. Let's slowly rise to standing. Reach up like you're gathering energy. Bring that energy into your palms and draw the hands down to the heart. Anjali Mudra at the chest. Let the arms rest at your side, in toward your sides. Maybe eyes downward, maybe eyes closed. And we offer ourselves the gift of a pause. That remembering of how important it is to stop. In stopping, we check in, we assess. Let's Go right into a half salutation from here. So feet sit about hip width apart, hands apart. Shoulders soft, heart lifted. And when ready, on the in-breath, sweeping the arms up, stretch tall and look up. Bend the knees, exhale, hinge from hips, swan dive, fold forward. Hands on shins, inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Soft knees, folding. Ground the feet, arms like wings. Inhale, bring it up. And this time, turn the palms forward. Exhale, lower the arms down in front of you. And once the arms are down, roll the shoulders back and grow the arms long at the sides of your body. On your next inhale, I invite you to rise onto your toes with just the right arm. And as you exhale, lower your heels and lower your arm. Inhale, when ready, rise onto toes with the opposite arm. Exhale, heels down, arm down. And again, with the right arm, inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Left arm, inhale, rise up, keeping a focal point to support the balance. Exhale, left arm down. Now, let's transfer weight to the right leg. Raise the left knee and right arm. Exhale, knee, foot, arm down. Shifting weight to the left leg. Inhale, right knee up, left arm up. Exhale, both come down. And again, inhale, right arm, left knee up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, right knee, left arm up. And exhale, lower down. We're going to add a hold. So weight shifts right, left knee bends, left knee up, right arm up. Pause here. Left knee up, right arm up. Nice full breaths for 3. Full deep breaths and 2. Hang on, another. When you're done, knee and opposite arm down. March in place a little, soften. And we'll prepare for the same balance, opposite side. Let weight shift left. And when ready, left arm, right knee rise. Get your focal point. We acknowledge differences in the two sides of the body. And we remember to breathe full breaths for up to 3 more. Best you are able, stay 2. Nice work, everyone. Give it 1 more breath. And when done, foot down, arm down. Soften it up a little bit. And eventually land both feet firmly, hands back to the heart, half salute. Inhale, sweep the arms up, stretch up. Knees bend, fold from the hips, swan dive, fold forward. Nice. Halfway lift on inhale. Folding again on exhale. Ground the feet, arms like wings. Inhale. Let's take the arms all the way up. And this time, grab your left wrist with your right hand. Draw the left arm up to the sky. So sink into the feet, draw yourself straight up. And after you're as tall as you can be, gently tug on that left wrist and pull yourself gently to the right. Find your spot, never disrupting harmony. Take care of yourself in a way that creates a sense of balance. And let's hold here up to 3 more breaths. When done, inhale, rise up. When up, release the arms, wait for exhale, swan dive, fold again, another half salute. Hands find legs, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Grounded in the feet, arms like wings. Inhale, sweep it all the way up, stretch up, reach up. Left hand grabs right wrist. Right arm is pulled up to the sky. Get really, really long. And after you lengthen, gently pull yourself over to the left. And it's fine if the right hip goes out to the right a bit. Crescent moon. Breath is full for up to 3 more breaths. Honoring, listening to the body. Take your time. When breaths are done, inhale, back up. Exhale, arms like wings, half salute, swan dive, fold forward. Halfway lift on inhale. Folding forward on exhale. Grounded in the feet, arms like wings. Inhale, let's pick it all the way up again. Palms together. Draw the hands down to the heart. Samastiti, balance pose. Rest the thumbs directly on your chest. And for a moment, drop into that silence and stillness that allows you to tune into the feeling of the heart. Here, you can allow the arms to relax as you face the long edge of your mat, separating the feet into a pretty wide straddle, not too wide. We're going to go to goddess, so you know your width here. We're going to turn the heels in, toes out. We'll start with hands on hips. We'll do some arm movement with goddess, but let's just get the legs warmed up a little. I'm going to exhale into goddess, and this is where you'll start to see if you need to adjust the width of your straddle to support your knees and hips. And here, as we inhale and slowly come out, let's reach the arms up into a Y. So actually, the body ends up looking like an X when we get up here. And we exhale, we bend the knees, we lower the arms, hands can come forward or go to hips, whatever feels natural. Inhale, we rise up, large letter X, stretch the X. Exhale, bend the knees, sink into goddess. When you stretch the X, think about the diagonals. So inhale, rise into your X, stretch right to left, left to right. Exhale, bend and sink. And as you inhale into the diagonal, you're stretching both diagonals at the same time. Exhale back in. We're just getting our brain to work with us here a little bit. 2 more times. Inhale, find those diagonals. Exhale, find goddess. We're going to find the diagonals and stay with them. So inhale, back up, find your diagonals. Reaching right arm, left foot, left arm, stretch, sense where those diagonals meet. Remember to breathe, so easy to stop breathing here. Another breath or 2. Now this time as we release the diagonals and bend the knees, elbows sink down toward the waist, palms up into goddess. And don't come to your furthest right away, just get to a relatively comfortable spot, knowing you can always deepen as the body welcomes. Establish a focal point. Relax the jaw. And how do you find harmony within the effortless effort of this pose? So we're not striving or pushing beyond limits here. We're just kind of sitting with the rise and fall of sensation, We practice anchoring the mind on body and breath. Might even smile to soften the experience. And maybe up to 3 more breaths. When you're done, find the letter X again. Slowly rise up. Arms rise up, letter X. Once you have your X, turn your toes to point forward. Let the arms float out to T position like wings. Turn the palms down. Melt the shoulders down the back. Round the feet, reach through fingers. Sensing your star now. Find a feeling of ease and buoyancy. Floating in sky or sea. Steady awareness on breath. Engaged and relaxed in the same moment. What is that like? For up to 3 more breaths. When you're done, let the arms slowly float down. And when the arms are down, let them relax. Please heel toe, feet together. And when the feet land at hip width, you again just soften things up. I'm going to welcome you to turn to face the front of your mat once again. And let's transition to the floor together. So hands at heart. Inhale, sweep up. Knees bend, swan dive, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend all the way down, hands to floor or block. Let's try plank this morning. So step it back to plank. Now, if plank isn't sustainable, knee down plank, just let the knees come down. So weight is still in the arms, but the knees come down. If it feels too much for plank in the arms, you come down onto the forearms and assume your plank with knees on or off the floor. Relax the jaw, find the breath. And let's stay up to 4 more breaths, firm tummy. And when your breaths are done, please land the knees and make a gentle transition onto your back. On your back, to please have knees bent, feet on floor. Arms alongside the body. Please inhale, letting the back arch. Exhale, navel towards spine, lower back flatten. And 2 more times. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, roll the back into the ground. And very last time, inhale, arch. Exhale, lower back to ground. And then relax the spine to neutral. And bring one knee followed by the other to the chest. Wrap the arms around the knees, hug the knees, and circle. Circle 3 or 4 times in each direction. When you're done with one direction, reverse. And after circles, legs find stillness. 1 foot at a time to the floor. Arms expand or open like wings. Lift the buttocks off the floor, move hips several inches left. Knees come toward chest, knees go to the right, head turns to the left, final twist. Adjust to make the pelvis perpendicular like a flagpole, perpendicular to the ground. And once you've adjusted, to redirect focus to rise and fall of breath. Back to this idea of what quality supports a sense of harmony. How we can actually direct mind toward experiences of harmony. The old axiom, I don't know really where it comes from. I've always been told it somewhere in yoga. But where our attention goes, our energy will flow. So if we're oriented toward disharmony, that's what we find. But if we're oriented toward harmony, we are equally able to find that. Resting here for 2 to 3 more breaths. When breaths are done, to inhale it all to center. Realign the hips and rest a moment between sides. When you feel ready after a rest, the hips will displace a little left before lowering your knees over to the right. There might you release and soften a little bit. Three more breaths on this side. Whenever you are complete, inhale everything to center. Realign the hips to neutral. Eventually bring knees to chest. Give yourself a hug. And from here to please lay out comfortably on your back in Shavasana for final relaxation. Down onto your back if that's comfortable. And chose a word to support harmony. Bring that to mind. If not, maybe just use the word harmony itself. As you inhale, it's a welcoming in of an actual felt sense of harmony. What does it feel like? And the exhale is an invitation to release any residual tension, anything you don't need to carry into your day. Inhale that quality. Every exhale, let there be a release and a letting go. Go and go. feeling aware of how the breath moves the body. And what it feels like as you now begin to deepen the breath and awaken the body very gentle. All the time you'd like. As you do feel ready, I welcome you to stretch and roll onto one side as you eventually bring yourself to comfortable seated posture with your eyes. Close with a poem that is included in a book called 7,000 Ways to Listen. And the poem is by Hazrat Khan. And the name of the piece is The Heart Must Be Tuned. It is the attainment of harmony that is called heaven, and the lack of it that is termed hell. The harmony of life can be learned in the same way as the harmony of music. As with everything else in a person's life, there comes a change in voice with every step forward in personal evolution. And so, every experience in life is an initiation. Any pain or suffering is a preparation. And just as one must first tune a violin to hear, so the heart must be tuned in order to express wisdom. Heart must be in order to express. I bring hands to them, pausing to feel the heart. Sense the wisdom of the heart, innate wisdom, or all the wisdom gathered from this life. In the sharing of those deeper wisdoms with each other, with all of life. And close with a full inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti Shanti, peace. May each of you and may all beings everywhere know happiness, peace, harmony, freedom. Thank you all so very much for being here this morning. See you all. Stay warm.